Thank you, Greg. We'll check back. Next here tonight to an update on an I-Team investigation.
We've had an incredible reaction to our story about a Pasco County mother's fight to see the video of what happened to her son, a student with Down syndrome and autism. School officials and a deputy have seen the video, which reportedly shows a bus assistant slapping her son.
But the mother cannot see it unless she signs away her rights.
It makes me ask a lot of questions, and the district's continued denial in letting me see what happened to my child makes all of those questions more intense.
And among the people outraged, a state lawmaker who now wants to take action to make sure parents like her get the answers they deserve.
I'm always going to side with the parents and their right to find out what happened to their child.
And tonight, investigative reporter Kylie McGivern is following through with that state lawmaker who says more needs to be done to protect Florida's most vulnerable children.
The most commonly asked question that you ask your child when you pick them up from school today is, how was your day? What happened at school today? Now, when you have a parent of a nonverbal child, you know, they may never get an answer to that question.
Republican State Representative Chase Tremont had a strong reaction to our investigation. 2 of his children have special needs and are nonverbal, like Gretchen Stewart's son, Ian.
I've always been Ian's advocate and sometimes his voice, right?
What do you want for lunch?
Because he can't communicate like you and I.
Say it through here so I can understand what you want for lunch.
You're talking about the most vulnerable community out there.
Our investigation exposed Stewart's fight to be able to see video of what happened to her son on a Pasco County school bus. Records show the bus driver notified school officials about an incident involving the bus assistant. After school officials watched the video from a camera on the bus, they called the sheriff's office. A deputy also watched the video. But when Stewart asked to see it,
and they told me flat out, no, you can't see the video.
The school district told Stewart the video has been made part of our risk management file in the anticipation of litigation and is thereby not subject to public disclosure. The district then pointed to a state statute related to school security as another reason to deny her the video.
And then a few days later, I got an email describing what happened. The email said, the bus driver told us, we looked, we pulled the video, and we saw Ian attempting to kiss the bus aide on the hand, which made total sense to me because he is very affectionate. When he went to do that to the bus aide open hand slapped him in the face and called him a very ugly string of cuss words.
Public records we obtained show the bus assistant resigned 4 days after the incident with Ian. The reason listed? Retirement. Despite its own incident report stating a bus assistant slapped a student in the face, the Pasco County deputy recommended the case be unfounded.
I want to see the video.
Stewart hired an attorney. Pasco County Schools then said they would allow Stewart to see the video if she signed a document limiting her rights to sue.
She's simply trying to find out what happened to her son. It seems like they've gone out of their way to protect the institution versus protecting the child. But knowing that there is footage, you know, I'd move heaven and earth to find out what happened to my kid. Whatever I can do to help, I'll be there.
Earlier this year on the House floor,
I've lost it a couple times in committee, but I'll do my best here.
Representative Tremont pushed for a bill that would have put cameras in classrooms with children who are nonverbal.
A teacher who my wife and I trusted with our nonverbal son for 3 years was just recently arrested for soliciting a 14-year-old boy online for sex. I want to know what happened to my child at the end of the day. I don't want a response. I want an answer.
I wanted to give a voice to the voiceless kids in our schools today to be able to protect themselves and allow the parents to have some peace of mind.
That bill had bipartisan support, but died in the Rules Committee. But Representative Tremont isn't giving up.
If I go out there and I can find someone to edit the film and blur the kids out, well, you're protecting the privacy and you're still giving the answers that the parent deserves to have. That, to me, seems like a common sense measure.
Would you look into sponsoring any legislation that would increase transparency for parents with their kids on school buses?
Oh, yeah. Of course, if I would have no issue adding any language to the current bill, and the parents who are caretakers for them.
Democratic State Representative Kevin Chambliss, who co-sponsored the Cameras in Classrooms bill with Tremont last session, also watched our investigation and said in a statement, "This is unacceptable." Chambliss called it a public safety issue that needs to be addressed immediately. Pasco County Schools has not agreed to an interview to discuss these issues, but our invitation remains open. We plan to follow this and will bring you any updates, including this upcoming legislative session. With photojournalist Randy Wright, I'm my team reporter Kylie McGivern, taking action for you.